Hello, good evening, and welcome to yet again another Lockdown Thursday open mic hour. How's things? How's everybody doing? I didn't think we'd done a page for tonight, but the thing is, we just caught up last minute, I think, tonight. So, what I'd like to start off with this evening is superstitions. Where do you think they came from? How do you think they originated? What's your thoughts on what's your little superstitions, and have you grown out of them trends and traits? Have you grown out of them now? Good evening, Libby, Jessica. Welcome along. I've just got a little sidekick here that's just popped in to see me for my own little well-being in my own little bubble. Our family member, Linda. Say hello, Linda.
Hello.
Absolutely. I've never seen a paranormal investigator jump so much as our Linda, but she's getting better.
I am. I've been screaming as much now, do I?
Got a new torch as well.
Ooh.
So anyway, superstitions. Don't forget to click on Facebook, StreamYard, and give permission to use your picture, basically, so I know who I'm talking to. Rachel says hello, Linda.
Hello, Rach. Hiya, Jen.
So she's getting in there now. She's more than welcome on the screen. No, she's in the background now.
I don't want to outshine you.
Behave. What was your superstitions when you were growing up? Have you still got any now? I know a lot of people carry protection stones and crystals and all that as well. I was saying many moons ago that I went through a phase of when I had a new pair of shoes or a new pair of trainers, I used to always have to put the right foot out the front door first in a new pair of trainers. Don't know what that's all about. And especially I had a lot more many years ago when I played football was I'd always put the left shin pad on first, basically, and then put the rest of my football kit on. It just always seemed to be bizarre, but I always had to do it in order. And I'm talking like 30, 35 years of doing the same process prior to that. So where do you think it's come from, all these superstition things? And do you know, like, even on a Monday morning where you get up late and you're like, oh, what's all that about? What's going on there? And then does that put the rest of your week out? Right, so you're so bloody superstitious. Magpies, ladders. All right, so we're touching on it now. And again, this is all these little things. They must have had some type of witty trait background dating back to many moons ago. I would have thought there would have been some type of again, put your best foot forward and make sure you do everything in the right way. Otherwise, would you have been cursed back in them days? I don't know.
But magpies familiars.
Yeah, so obviously magpies as well. Who salutes the magpies as well? So, but I think a lot of this does tie into more of the witchy traits of the lands of the times gone past as well. So Nikki's saying she's very superstitious. Magpies, ladders, shoes, tables, the whole lot. How do you feel then, Nick, if something doesn't quite go as right for you? If I always say, to me, one of the worst case scenarios is it would be getting late on a Monday morning, getting up late for work. I think that's one of the things that really throws your week out. I feel it just doesn't throw the day out for me. That throws the week out as well. So tell us some things that you wouldn't do then, Nikki, if what happened if you come out of a shop and you walked under a ladder, if the window cleaner's there, what would you do then? Do you panic, or do you go back on yourself? Do you retrace your grounds and your steps that you've taken?
Retrace your steps.
Yeah. So Linda's just saying there she would go take the step back as well. Right. Come on screen, Linda. Come on. She needs to see your pretty face.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to get close to you then.
Oh, behave. Go on, there she is. Fire away any questions there for our budding Linda as well, as she comes up and down the UK and enjoys all the investigations as well. So there she is there for you, Rach. Anybody wants to come on screen, we'll get the link sent out to you. Here we go, Rachel. That's fantastic. And I always say as well, a lot does portray from the older folks, where you know your great grandma and your nan would say all these certain sayings and stuff like that as well. And again, it's just amazing how things come around, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think superstitions are a bit of OCD? That if you don't do something in a particular way, it brings bad luck?
Again, everyone's different, aren't they? So you've all, what's your superstitions? Come back on screen.
It's ladders.
Ladders.
I don't walk under a ladder. When you're a school kid, it'd be the ones that cracks on the floor. You know, when you get 3 grids together.
Oh, you couldn't step on the line.
Can't step on the line.
Can't step on the line and all that.
Step on the line,
bizarre, isn't it? How bizarre is this? How bizarre. So, Rachel, my nana always used to say you should never show a baby its reflection in the mirror. I've never heard that one. Never heard that one. So that might be more of a northern thing. There, Rach, north of the Mersey type of thing. But again, I've not heard that one. Have you?
No, not heard that one there.
Not heard that one.
It's about putting a sixpence in a child's palm when it's born, or
right.
coin to bring them good luck.
Okay. Right, Libby's, we'll have a little look and see what Libby's saying there. You feel it? I find it sad that superstitions about black cats as well. You love black cats, the stories. There's 2 sides to this as well, which I'm going to bring up as well. And we want the black cat, they're scared of them. Now, obviously, when you're driving around and a black cat runs out of you, a lot of people say, black cat, bring me good luck, and 3 times. And then you talk to some people about that, and then they'll say, oh no, black cat's bad luck. And you're like, well, where's it all stem from? Is this things of veering off into like the Chinese whispers, and they get changed over the years on the story and the superstition side of it as well? But it's got to have started. It really must have started way back, the 1500s, the 1600s.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of superstitions did then, didn't they?
So right. So, but yeah, definitely Libby with the cats as well. You know, are they symbols dating back to like the Egyptians with the cats and all that, and the Sphinx and all that? Do you think, or that type of, their animal or the set gods and stuff like that?
Yeah, because it's they're very superstitious over cats, aren't they? The guardians of the underworld.
Yeah. So, bag full of knowledge there from our Linda.
I'll pick up bits and pieces.
All right, okay. Don't be just shy on the screen. Come in. You're all right. Right. Dave West, good evening. How are you? Hopefully I'll have a new sign up for next week as well. We'll work on the topic and the subject. Anything that you'd like us to touch, anything you want to talk about this evening, just feel free, pop it into the comments box as well. Superstitions, like never crossing on a stairs yet, or under the scaffolding. Definitely the stairs. I could be plodding on here, there and everywhere, and then you hear people halfway down the stairs, don't cross the stairs, and you're thinking, well, I'm halfway up.
Yeah.
I'm not going all the way down. You go, if you're superstitious about the stairs situation, you go back up. Or, you always feel if that's not your superstition, I'll send them back up or down, because I don't really mind that one. But definitely the black cats I'm drawn to as well. The magpies, I mean, how many people out there just start counting the magpies? I've seen 1, I've seen 2, and then
1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver,
6 for gold,
7 for a secret never to be told.
But what happens after 7?
I don't know.
Anybody out there, have a little Google, see if there's specific numbers after 7s, after magpies. That'd be interesting to find out. I again always carry on my investigations and that. I do have the 5-pointed star. I always have that in my pocket as well. I do feel quite protected around silver. Last year or 2, I must have had 10 watches snap on me.
Oh yeah, you went through a phase, didn't you?
Yeah, went through a phase of all my watches snapping. So I kept them all and just binned them all in the end. But it's just like, but the watches snapping as well. I always find with spirits as well, if you've got a lower energy of a spirit, it will always try and deshackle your silver or your metal away from you, because that is more like your protection thing. If I've not got my watch on, I can honestly safely say I don't feel dressed without my watch on.
Yeah.
So I feel comfortable when that's on, and I am superstitious towards that. So there's another one I haven't really thought about. Let's see where Gemma's going there. Any other questions you want to talk about? It's an open hour. It's an open. Oh, I've done something to the screen. Done something with the size. Don't know what I've done there. Don't know what I've done with the size there. Sorry. Quite superstitious. Definitely wouldn't walk under ladders or put your umbrella up indoors. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
How many times would you definitely your nan that, wasn't it? My nan would like say,
"Put the umbrella, don't you bring that umbrella in
and
here."
she'd swipe you with it, wouldn't she? She definitely, our nans would definitely swipe. She'd swipe out at us there, my nan. I can definitely relate to that one, but it's a long time since I've heard that.
I mean, there's always broken mirrors. I mean, it's bad luck.
7 years bad luck. Hello, Amanda. How's things? Any other questions for us, folks? We've opened the hour. We've touched on it again, and our Nikki's agreeing with that. So, have you had any friends that's been really over superstitious, like Nikki there? She says, like, very, very superstitious. She goes OTT. Linda reckons it's a little bit more down to OCD and all that.
It could be, couldn't it? Because I mean, with superstitions, if you come across them quite frequently, it's like if you don't do something in a particular order or a particular way, like walk around the ladder instead of under it, it's like an OCD thing. It could be. I don't know if it is. It's just I thought that popped into my head.
And you've done this tonight.
Touch wood, yeah.
Touch wood. Don't jinx yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
That's another one as well.
Yeah.
Where there's got to be some history to these dating back.
Yeah.
There's got to be some histories. So I know
from somewhere.
I know our Linda's quite off screen there a little bit, but she is there. Come in.
Yeah,
that's it. Right. Again, thanks for tuning in onto Keep On Chatting platform. It's a pleasure to have you along. Yeah, Nikki's saying she'd retrace the steps if she walked out of like a shop and there was a ladder gone up, she would do that as well. Do you think as well with the frame of mind of people as well that at current situations, do you think people won't be as bothered as much about superstitions? That they just get on with it because they're just...
Their minds are preoccupied with something else, aren't they? I think that's what you mean. But yeah, well, everyone's really not going out, so they're not coming across things that you would normally come across.
But we certainly covered a few ones we haven't heard for a while there. So David says hello, Linda. Hello,
hi,
Kimberly. Dave. So again, where are you all looking forward to getting out and about to as well, folks, as and when we can? Rachel, why can't I see your comments? I'm not too sure. She just needs to click on the StreamYard. I can see them. Yeah, definitely. I'm Northern too. Yes, I am, Rach. I'm only pulling your leg. So, where else are we going then tonight? So, I would definitely, on an investigation, have my 5-pointed star, definitely. And I'd always have my grounding stone as well. Also, as well, I've seen a lot of people like run scare with the lightning. And don't go under a tree. Do go under a tree. Don't go under a tree. What's all that about?
It's like a lightning rod, isn't it?
I know, but people say it's safe, and then people say it's not safe.
No, because if it's tall, it'll hit the tallest.
I know, but it's always contradicting. It's always contradicting, isn't it? In a field, don't stand under a tree.
No, you don't stand under a tree. Go out in the open, don't you?
Right. Okay. So open to the elements there as well. Oh yeah, if you knock salt over, that's one we forgot about as well. Yeah, chuck it over your shoulder. But which way is it around? Is it put the salt in the left hand and over the right shoulder? I can't remember. It's that long since I've done that. But it was one I used to do frequently many years ago. I would do that, but seem to have grown out of that as well. Any questions for us? Hello from Louisiana, Kentucky. Hello, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Again, it's open mic hour. It's your evening. The last few weeks we've covered bullying within the field in the paranormal, haven't we? Yeah. Just trying to get everybody down the middle and on the same hymn sheet.
Yeah, work together rather than trying.
And last week we talked about the look into the policies of the PayPal and all that as well, didn't we? So tonight we're just having a little catch up and just basically talking a little bit about superstitions and where they originated from. To me, I feel it's a bit more of the old trends and traits of what people would have said to you back. You know, somebody in a little in a little hut or something would have said something, and then they've all stemmed from that over the years, and things have built up as well. But how do we get into that? I feel as well, a lot of this passed on from our family members. You know, so your gran, your uncle, your nan would say things like that, and it sticks with you as a youngster.
Yeah, it's part of your bringing up, isn't it? Your upbringing.
So part of your upbringing as well. So where are we going? Oh, there's the big one, isn't it? Now I think this ties in a lot with the paranormal field as well, isn't it? As soon as you get Friday the 13th, it's like, oh, there's an investigation on Friday the 13th.
It's like, ooh, it's going to be so spooky.
And you feel more, you feel more like a little bit more scared even before you go out the house. I would feel, don't you? It's like heightened as well, isn't it? And a black cat on the way as well. So again, Friday the 13th, that's a great one. And again, that would be, I feel, over publicised from the actual film itself, Friday the 13th. And then when you get a Friday the 13th, it's like, oh my God. So, I mean, many years ago as a youngster, you could say, I'm not going out the house all day, but that doesn't happen, I don't think, in adulthood, does it? You've got to go and do what you've got to do, haven't you? Get out and do your daily routine.
But I think there would be sort of people out there who are so superstitious that they won't step out the house on Friday the 13th.
But I have seen people on Friday the 13th that as soon as they finish their daily job, they just dive back home and just stay at home for the rest of the day. Really, really, really seen that many a time with a lot of superstitious people out there. Right, let's see what you're saying.
I wonder if superstitions vary from country to country as well.
Yeah, so even like in Denise there in Louisiana, is there any different trends or traits over there with superstitions and stories that things have developed in the past over the years? And, you know, like sort of, it was always the bogeyman and everything like that as well, wasn't it? It was like, don't go in the woods when you was a youngster.
Or don't put your feet out of bed because the bogeyman will get your feet.
Right, okay. So little things that's just like, are these things just meant to drum up and scare you a little bit as you're growing up?
Scare you, not to get out of bed.
Not to get out of bed and stay in your room.
Yeah.
So again, where do they all come from? It's just. I mean, we've touched on so many there that I think we've all used them in the past as well, haven't they?
It's some form or other, yeah.
Definitely. So, Rachel, apparently babies can see the devil in the mirror. Right, okay. Also about that as well, Rach, I am a big believer in, I don't practice what I do. I don't preach what I do, basically. I let everybody have an open mind. So basically in and around a youngster, sometimes if they get called to a house clearance, the first thing that you try and develop that's going on, has the child been christened of a younger age? So to me, I always feel it's like a lower energy will try and get that young child's soul to be on its side. And then obviously when I feel a youngster's been christened, then it's more of the pure and white light as well. So I always find prior to a youngster getting christened that the lower energy will always try and make a little bit more activity going on in the house. I'll always try and get a little bit more of activity going on in the house, prior to a youngster being christened. So again, that's the type of thing. So if the youngster's like 12 months old, I will say, you know, has that child been christened yet? Or put a cross by its pillow and just put some silver quite close by it as well. Yeah. So obviously, again, lighten the room up as well. So I've had situations like that where you can only try and nudge people into the understanding that if a child, like you say, looks in the mirror, they can see the devil. I feel a child can be opened and a lower energy will just try and bombard its energy onto a youngster if it's not been christened, basically. Right, so it'll just try and come be a part of our team, you know. So that's an excellent one, that, Rach. So thanks for that. Anyone wants to come on the live, you're more than welcome. That's what it's about. So get your combs out, get your brushes out, start doing your hair. Just share the link, and I'm sure Karen will send that over if anyone wants to. I can send it in an inbox. Right, the black cat surely must be the witchy thing too. Yeah, traditional old familiar. Definitely, it's. I mean, if you relate back to the old Pendle Hill and the Pendle Witch stories as well.
Yeah.
There's always the black cat around, or on the doorstep they would have like a carved wooden cat as well. They would always have some type of prior to their front door, wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? So, and another one as well that nobody's touched on or mentioned as of yet is the New Year's Eve is walking in with the coal in through the front door and out the back.
No, you go out the back and come through the front, don't you?
Well, I don't know.
You're bringing in the new year.
Right. So which way do you go?
You go out the back door.
Yeah. And then you go round the front.
Come round the front to bring in the new year, the new look.
Right, okay, better get on to that one. It's only for everybody.
You need revolving doors on your look.
Yeah, but then again, everybody does it in different ways, don't they? So there's the coal, isn't there, with the New Year's Eve as well into the new year. So there is so many, but it's got to be the old wives' tale and the old expanding on stuff as well.
Yeah.
So see where we're going, David. Numbers are in my car.
Yeah.
I won't have an odd number on the radio.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I don't have an odd number on the radio. It's got to be Nora Alson's the same.
It can't be a 17, it can't be a 19, it can't be a 13. Or
you can't.
It's just got to be a nice round number. Why is that? Why is a nice round number? Right, see where we're going. Nikki, very the same, shut down.
Oh, yeah, they couldn't see comments before.
Oh, right, okay. Don't know what that was about. Right, okay. So everyone's back up and seeing the comments. Fire some questions away. Anything else you'd like to touch on tonight, Linda, as your special guest in the house, looking after my well-being? Yeah, you always do the magpies as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think if we actually stopped and think about and made a note of what we was doing in a week, suspicions wise.
You can say you're not superstitious, but you will come across things.
If you jotted them all week, like the magpie scenario or anything like the ladders and all that, it can. I reckon it tops up within a week of what you're actually going through. So where people say they're not superstitious, they're not going to turn a blind eye to the magpies, are they? They're not going to.
Oh no, I always say it. Good morning, Mr. Magpie. Say hello to your wife and your children.
And a lot of people salute them as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So you go down the road and you're saluting the magpie again.
Oh my God.
But if you actually jotted it,
a
test for the week ahead, folks. See how many superstitious things you come across within the next week that you actually don't realise you're doing, or what you're coming across as well. So, hello, Gemma. Right, okay. Anything with the 7 and the birds.
Yeah, the magpies.
The magpies, yeah. Do you remember that film, The Birds? That was,
my God, I hate that.
A lot of people hated that, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, the poking out the eyes.
You could never wear a watch as a littling. And they would stop. Bizarre that though, Nicky, isn't it? Would you just drain the battery, do you feel, or why do you feel that is, Nick, that a watch would stop? Why would you feel of that as a youngster? You know, I've had so many watches. And there's StreamYard link, guys. Hello, Peter. Just talking about superstitions and where they come from and back in the days and the trends and the traits. Libby's got one there. Definitely. And you'd always put a coin in a purse or a wallet, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I still do that.
You still do that today?
Yeah.
So again, I always believe that's a nice little way when you give. It's a nice little starter to put on top of as well.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of people back in the day would say, you know, do you save? You know, a lot of people like to see people saving and would encourage it. So I think that trend or trait has come from way back in that type of scenario. And
also the other one is always leave a penny in your...
Do you hear that?
Yeah, something.
Walking upstairs.
And always leave a penny in your purse so you never run out of money.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Apparently, there was a record recorded in 1780s. Earliest it goes back. The origin is 1 for sorrow,
2 for the
3 for a funeral.
4 for birth, 5 for heaven, 6 for hell, 7 for the devil.
So
Oh,
that is, I mean, what's that now? That's nearly like, what's 1800, 1920?
Years, okay.
It's 340 years
Yeah.
of that already.
19 and 20, yeah.
So 340 years old, like superstitions of that saying alone. But I'm just quite compelled of how many people go through their weekly routine and are superstitious and then don't realise, oh no, I'm not superstitious, but they actually are, because they think of what we've talked about, the topic and the subject, and they're going through that routine.
Yeah.
So again, I think it's a learned routine as well through the week. But how many times do you do it? You know what I mean? It's just...
You just don't realise, do you?
You aren't superstitious at all again. Do you hear that again?
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
It's a thudding. Gemma hates Friday the 13th.
She's a liability at the best of times.
I can vouch for that, Gem, on a good day. And just see what we've got in here now. Patricia. Oh, crossing knives. Signs of a row. And also as well, when you drop a knife as well on the floor, it's supposed to be like letter at the door, isn't it? Or bad news coming in.
Up a drop knife because you have crosswords.
Crosswords. So yeah, we can relate to that one as well. But
God, you don't realise how many you are.
Don't realise how many we're going through. But again, it is learned behaviour. I think it might be the subwoofer on the TV.
Oh, right.
Pounding, just hearing it. So, yeah. Oh, here's another. Right, I've never heard of this one, Denise. Try not to work on a full moon. I've not heard of that one.
I wonder if that's associated with werewolves.
Well, I think to me that just needs. I feel that that's a recognition of the full moon itself, a recognition that you want to be aware of the full moon as well.
Right, yeah.
You know, like, so if you're going to work for 6, 7 or 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day, you've got more time to be in the power of the energy.
Yeah.
So I feel that's where that could stem from and stuff like that as well. Coming in.
I am in. I feel like a parrot sitting on your shoulder.
That's all right. Oh, now that's a cracking plug, that David West. Looking forward to September. And Shrewsbury Prison, we've got Boswell Hall, September. So really looking forward to that. Check out again, keep on chatting and have a little look for that as well. And get yourselves down there. It'd be great to see you all as well. Hello, Justin. Any other questions? Any other topics or subjects that we've not covered? Thank you for sharing. Just a little catch up. Lockdown Thursday, isn't it? Yep. So topic, subject, it's your hour. Bring it to the table. Anything that you've got that you'd like to get off your chest and talk about, this is your time to do so. Can't wait for Bosworth. Our Nikki's booked and Gemma's booked, and I know Rachel's booked as well. Over the left-hand shoulder, Gary. Thank you. So, oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
right to left. Okay. It's been a long time since I've done that, but I'll remember that from now on. It's going to be an awesome weekend. It certainly is. Hello, Alison. How's everything down in South Wales? Hope you're well. Hello, Claire. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the inbox you sent me the other night that, you know, you've had some not very good news, but wishing you all loads of love and white light to your friends, family and loved ones. Thinking about your family, darling. Hope you're all right. Any questions there? Jess, what's Jess got? Oh yeah, definitely. Well, that does relate to getting buried, getting on a funeral. You would have state in mourning, wouldn't you? You'd have a coffin home the night before the funeral, and your family members would always put your best attire on. So they would put your best clothes on. So new shoes would be, you know. Uncle Billy passed away. Uncle Billy had had brand new shoes on for his funeral, you know. So that relates with putting new shoes on the table. That best you know, putting the shoes on the table
Yeah,
is like
that's one, yeah.
preparing for the next day of a funeral, really. So that's where the stems comes back in the history of that around the UK. There's another little one I always say: first up, best dressed.
Oh, that's probably when
you used to share stuff as a youngster.
Yeah, you grab the best clothing or best shoes.
So that's if you had a big family, I would say. Teresa, how are you? Good evening. Where's everyone tuning in from? Oh, horseshoes, yes, good luck. Most definitely. And do you know what? As a youngster, you see a lot of horseshoes, and you'd always have a horseshoe every now and again. My mum would come home with a horseshoe.
Yeah, she used to put them on the brass horseshoes on like an ornament.
Yeah, but they used to have them over your door, didn't they? Now I've got a mirror over my back door, and that is supposed to repel like money, keep it into the house.
Yeah,
it's supposed to keep constant goodwill and good fortune back in the house. So that's why I've got a little mirror over the door. It's only so big. So let's see where we're going. Yeah, but definitely good luck with the horseshoes as well.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Hold on, I'm just going to go on to this one. I'll come in on you there, Sharon. Just saying hello, not going to stay long. That's fine. Hope you're all right. And again, stay strong. Stay strong there, Claire. Yeah, we had that one as well, the umbrella. Sharon, see where we're going. Oh, fantastic. The Knights Templar, that's the connection, isn't it?
That's the one, yeah.
The Knights Templar. How many times have we said about the Knights Templar?
Always
comes about, doesn't it?
In conversation.
In the conversation. Yeah. So even if we're talking like Stonehenge, Leeds, down the spine of the UK, locations always seems to bring up the Knights Templar, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Remember that church we went to? And at the massive, it wasn't Todmorden, was it? It was another one, wasn't it? There was another church. Rachel, the St. Mary's, was it, Rach or Nick? We went to that other church, and that had massive Knights Templar link and connection, didn't it, as well?
Yeah.
So that was an amazing night, that, wasn't it? Where was that church again? Come on, Rach. And we went on the roof, didn't we? That was many moons ago. The same superstitions, Denise, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's connected to the question about being different in different countries.
We'll never pass salt from hand to hand. Okay, not heard of that one.
No, not heard of that one, no. What does that?
That's just like, it just looked like I wouldn't pass that salt, put it in my hand and then pass it that way over. So
you put it down on the table and then pick it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So also as well, remember the, I'm just trying to think there. I think the Black Cat has been the most interesting one. Oh, yeah. And another one we've not touched on tonight, the Buddha.
Oh, I got Buddhas.
There's two things with the Buddhas. Always keep your Buddha off the ground. So even if it's on a shelf or on a table, a side table, don't have your Buddha on the floor.
Put like a coaster on Buddha or something.
It needs a coaster. It needs something to not be on the floor. And also as well to rub its belly. Have you ever heard of that one?
To bring it luck, yeah.
To bring you good luck as well.
Yeah.
So there's loads going on there.
I've only just got all my Buddhas out the I think I've got all these lovely little red ones.
I had the Buddha dating back to 2005, 2006. I've still got it now. And, you know, I look at it sometimes and I'm like, oh, do I touch it? Don't I touch it? And I'm still like that now. Do I touch it? Don't I touch it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. So the old Buddhas as well. So there's a couple of stories, superstitions relating around the Buddhas as well. Just going down to the next one. Thank you for some great questions. Keep them coming, folks. We certainly will, Jess. What's Claire saying? That might, is that like with the New Year scenario, that, Claire? Right, okay, so I think little trends and traits are adding on little things as well. Oh, Nikki, what's Nikki put? You see the number 1335 literally every day. That's bizarre. Good friends of mine see 609906. Good friends of mine see 1111 2222. Obviously, there to me, them numbers are related around angels or the 4-digit like 1111.
Repetition.
Repetition around archangels. I always feel as well.
Yeah, I see 11 a lot.
Do you?
1111. And every time I see it, I always say, thank you, angels.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Again, so you're doing that superstitious thing as well, aren't you? So it's all, it is, I'd like to do a little bit more history into this now over the next week. So if people have got time on your hands, have a little look back into some of the history of what we've talked about tonight at the present moment in time, and be surprised of, we never stop learning, and these are little things we learn, isn't it?
You just pick up little bits of information. Your mind is like a, oh God, how is this scratching me? Your mind is like a filing cabinet. You just pop it in, it comes out.
Yes. You see, everybody, the way I would look at it with any stigmata and anything like that is I wouldn't overanalyze something too much. I wouldn't look into it too deep. Again, like Kieran touched on there, it's great to have two people seeing an object, an item being moved or thrown and stuff like that. So again, as I put on the comment there last night, seeing is believing. So when you've got two people seeing, that's even better. That's more clarification, it's more evidence, and it's more explainable between yourselves. What did you see? I seen this, I seen that, and you can compare it. So when you can confer it and do that, I wouldn't overlook too much into the scratches side of it. I feel that sometimes that where Jess has got scratched in the past, where we've been there, and I feel that sometimes that a lower energy will try and get more of a reaction to somebody that's a little bit more open sensitivity wise. So there's a little bit more oversensitivity around the person, that they will go, oh, I can really wind you up tonight and I'll take it the next level. Again, in that atmosphere as well, again, when the atmosphere is changing and it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier, it will try and do more suppressive stuff. It will try and do whatever it can to trick you into feeling insecure.
Yeah, build on your fears. It
will build on your fears, and that's how it feeds itself. So if you feel, oh, I've been scratched, or I've been touched, or I'm really getting hyper scared, or I'm getting over worried about a situation, it will try and create that and build upon that as well. We're in and around a location like of, at the minute, I feel as a male trying to jump in with a moustache at the moment. I don't know who this chap is, but I've seen it about 3 or 4 times this evening as well. So we've had a male with the cough tonight, haven't we? Yeah. You came in coughing. You haven't got a cough, have you?
No.
Pipe smoke, isn't it?
Pipe smoke. It tasted like pipe smoke tonight.
So that's quite interesting. But we had a gentleman like that from Monday night, didn't we? Well, I did on a live. So I had Deborah's relative, and he was a heavy smoker, well, chesty cough gentleman as well. So because I'm at home, I won't link in with that. I'll just push everything out. But it's just to be to get noticed as well. They will, spirits and energies will do anything to get noticed, to have that connection where they've got the connection of what's going on around them. Oh, look, they can see me. Oh, look, they can sense me. Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? So again, it's whatever way that they can communicate or try and make their presence known. They will shift heaven and earth. Basically, they will do as much as they can to get the recipient to understand what's going on in and around them. So next time prior to going out, we'll ask Jess to we'll try and wrap it up, and we'll go, right, you don't want this happening. We don't want to come across this scenario. And hopefully your team will look after and protect that situation as well.
Hi, Claire.
That song, isn't it? The doves, yeah.
Robin.
The robin.
Whenever there's a robin around, there's a sound from a...
I love one.
Yeah.
So seeing a robin, especially in the middle of winter, I had a case where I was thinking about a certain loved one that had passed, and I looked up, and then on the far fence there, straight away, within a millisecond, poof, there was a robin just came out of nowhere, and you're like, wow, that's just significant. Is that significant again? We have the white feathers, and we have the white feathers, don't we?
Yeah.
I went through a stage of actually, I got told to collect white feathers, and and basically within a month or two, I virtually had the box was full. The little collective box was, like a shoe box, not a shoe box, but a little smaller box was full straight away. And I thought, can't keep these forever and a day, but thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then
pennies.
You just go through that scenario as well. Another one, pick a penny up all day long, you'll have good luck.
Pass it on.
Who,
I can't remember what it is.
Who does that these days with the current situation?
Yeah. Not unless it's a quid. I might pick it up there.
So again,
with gloves.
A lot of people see this as well with time. How many times over the last few weeks? I think it was January where we had 1, 2. It was what was it? 2021, and it was like 1, 2, 2, 1, forwards and backwards, and all that as well. So we get it quite a lot with the time, and a lot of people just do see the. You always see a certain time of the day when they look at it. It's like 11:11.
Yeah.
And stuff like that as well, isn't it? So, any other questions? All right, okay. That is really odd as well. I think one of the first case scenarios I had of that was when I was actually a spot welder at Vauxhalls. I mean, God, what was that? 1989. They used to press the gun, and the electric field would just spin the watch around. But you're watching the watch, and you finish using the spot gun, and it would go round and round and round and round. And it's like the electricity it can cause in the field you was in. You didn't realise the energy field that you was in. So that was bizarre. But I have seen that as well, Nick, as well. I am so unlucky with watches, but touch wood, this one's been okay. Now, we'll see how long this watch lasts now. Again, we're touching on the 11:11. Wow, excellent. Well done for passing your test. First time as well. Anybody know the history of the white doves? Always feel calm when you see two.
It's a peace thing, isn't it?
Is it a peace thing?
Peace, isn't it? The
peace
doves.
Symbol. Yeah, is that related on the, is it UNICEF with the flag, with the two?
Oh, could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
So I think they use a palm. Right, keep on chatting.
Oh, yeah.
You read it out.
White doves are symbolic of new beginnings, peace, fidelity, love, luck and prosperity. Their release is a tradition that has been making ceremonies, rituals and celebrations more powerful and meaningful for thousands of years. There's a lot of people release stuff on a wedding ceremony, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. You don't like working on the full moon, goes bloody mental. Honestly shocking. And also as well, I can vouch for the atmosphere as well on a very stormy, windy day. The atmosphere is changing, isn't it? And I know with a lot of kids don't cope with that, do they?
No.
And the atmosphere around the full moon and the tidal pull and stuff, you can feel the atmosphere pressure, can't you?
Oh, yeah, it's all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected with the atmosphere and the pressure. You're okay, Claire. Well done to finding that information out. First up, best fared and waiting for the streets.
2 hours in the morning.
Also, another one as well is the lanterns. When I went to Thailand and the New Year, they let the lanterns off, don't they? And there's thousands of lanterns.
I don't know what that means. Is it something to shine a light for you to?
For the way forward, they shine the lanterns, don't they, as well? Oh, you've done a history paper on them. Well done. Any more knowledge? Any other questions? Anyone wants to touch on any topic or subject? Where's that?
Teresa.
Okay. Oh, the old vicarage. That was okay. The old vicarage, the church we went to. We went on the roof, didn't we? Was that the old vicarage? I'm not sure. Halloween is very superstitious. It certainly is. It certainly is. I mean, how many things have, you know, again, that is portrayed from the TV side of it, I think, overhyped. And again, as well, what came in over the last few years, I'd say since my daughter left school, was what happened over the UK. They followed the proms. That all came in as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
about 20 years ago. That was never here in the early days, was it? It was just an extra something else to celebrate, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
Which is a nice positive thing.
Yeah.
Do you think of anything's going to come of this current situation we are now, where we're, you know, are we ever going to go back to shaking hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Because once people settle more, once everyone's sort of like been vaccinated and they become a bit more relaxed.
Do you feel people aren't as comfortable around people where they can't greet them properly how they would normally greet them? Because you get people, there's an awkwardness, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's definitely an awkwardness. Right. Tree huggers as well. There's tree huggers out there. Superstitious in the summer, go and hug a tree in the height of the summer.
That's getting in touch with
the summer solstice, isn't it? You know, around the summertime, the hottest day, 21st of June, isn't it?
I'll go and hug a tree and then get stung by a bee.
Aye. Oh yes, that definitely the Masons, wasn't it? But there was one with the Knights Templar as well, wasn't there?
Yeah,
one of the churches. Always rub what?
Always rub the butler's belly.
Always rub the butler's belly. I'm gonna do that after tonight. There's got to be a nice way on its way.
Mr. Sheen like that.
Mr. Sheen.
Give it a little rub.
Hello, Claire. We're just talking about superstitions and how do you realise how superstitious you actually are, even though people say they're not, and how many things they go through a week and actually salute a magpie and stuff like that, Claire. So, are you superstitious? Darling, are you superstitious, Claire? The feathers are definitely from loved ones. Stay safe, Claire. Catch up with you soon. Monday night show. Don't forget as well, there's stuff on Keep On Chatting platform as well over the weekend. Friday, Old Talk Paranormal show. Really looking forward to that. Oh, your sister says 111 angel numbers. Yeah, definitely take that.
New beginnings and new dreams.
Georgia, my daughter's name that. Thank you for tuning in. New beginnings and new dreams. 222. Have a little look, Georgia. See what 222 is. Possibly have a little Google and 333. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people are very superstitious about 666, aren't they?
It's connection to the day.
We don't talk about that, do we? We don't actually mention that name, do we? So
not when you're in St. James's Park, then.
No, definitely not. Hi, Angelique. How are you? Are you a superstitious person? Yes or no? Jessica, definitely Friday the 13th. I always find there's the period of in between Christmas and New Year. I always feel like that. That's like a really slow time of year, you know, because it's like the hibernation. It's
horrible, isn't it?
It's a weird time of year, that isn't it?
You feel flat.
It's like it's like between Boxing Day and New Year's Day, and then we're flying now. We're in February already. So where would everybody like to see us going soon? Where would you like to see us investigating? Again, can't wait for Bosworth Fall.
Oh, that's amazing that one's going to be, isn't it?
Yeah, and what's the other investigation we've got? We've got so many coming up, haven't we, when we get out there?
Have you got Draco Tunnels? Because you like that, don't you?
Yeah, we'll hopefully try and rebook Draco as well. Yeah. You don't think about it? Right, okay. Well, it's a testing time. I'm just putting things over to you. Anything you'd like to touch about next week, or was there any subject or topic that we've not covered over the last 3 or 4 weeks? Again, we are on a lockdown Thursday, trying to interact with people and keep things going and keep people busy over there and keep their minds active, aren't we?
That's it. Yeah.
That's what we're doing as well. Busy. So What would you
Gotta
say
do
that
something.
you've learned then in the paranormal field or world? But keep it clean. What's your experiences? How far do you think you've come over the last 5 years?
Quite a fair way, because I mean,
Fair way.
I was always thinking, no, like you watch most Hunt on the telly and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and you think it was just that, and you think, oh,
That's
that's
it.
it's nothing like that. It's much better. You can stand around for hours and not get anything, but when you get that one bit of evidence, it makes your eyes go, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
how
opens your mind.
often have we like got back in the vehicle and gone, that happened tonight, didn't it? And that tied
oh
in.
my God, that was amazing.
And
yeah.
We had this connection 5 years ago, and that's made sense of what's gone on tonight, and little things like that of how, if we've got, especially if we've been back to a location and we haven't been there for a while. Do you know what I mean? And we always look at it. And where was that half abandoned building we went to? And all the kids were out on the outside, and then it went really quiet, and we could see spirit all the time. That was
so many places.
That was a fantastic.
Yeah.
Try and remember that name of that location, but it's just amazing how things tie in. And like our Linda can see certain things where I can't sometimes, and when I'm focused on something, you're going, I can see that there in the doorway and sensing this and picking up on that.
I've been more sensitive.
You've been more sensitive.
The more I go out, the more you open up.
And what would you like to learn over the next few years?
Oh, anything.
Anything. Just
I'm open-minded to anything.
You've got the bug now, haven't you?
Oh God, yeah.
So even when we go to family get-togethers, it's just me and our Linda talking in the corner, aren't we?
With a drink and
and they just say, leave the two talk paranormal all night in the corner. So that's what we're like usually, literally anywhere. Has anybody seen anything in the week? Any decent series that you've been watching, folks out there, that somebody might like?
Oh, I've been watching Lucifer. No, it's a light-hearted one. Right, it's not that. Yeah.
Okay. Banish you with that name in this house. Green Mickey. Jessica. Ooh, never heard that one.
Oh, the toilet roll one. Under or over, that's another superstition type thing. It's got to be over. Otherwise you catch your fingers.
Well, keep it clean. Are you in an over or an under on the toilet roll, Linda? You're definitely an over.
Over.
All right, okay. So, but again, they are all little superstitions that you go through in the day, isn't it?
Pictures that are crooked.
That are crooked.
I know it's OCD as well, but I always think it's going to fall off the wall.
Oh, it's going to fall off the wall.
Yeah, and that's another one. Pictures fall off the wall.
Pictures falling off the wall.
Sign of a death, isn't it?
Sign of a death.
Yeah.
Now, where did that happen? Where I watched. I think it was Nick. I was watching Nick Groff, and that happened on one of his locations, and he went back in with Katrina. I watched that, and that just come off the wall, the big picture frame as well. Yeah. So that was interesting. But when you see certain things like that happen, it just does make you think, doesn't it, of the superstitious side of it.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, as you mentioned and touched on before, breaking a mirror.
7 years bad luck.
7 years bad luck.
Mm.
And then sometimes in the frame of mind that you are, if you break a mirror, you might, just clean it up, put it in the bin, you don't think about it.
No. Oh, no.
Go on, you read it out.
My sister is an angel, intuitive. Angel numbers. If you want to know what they are, ask her. She is so superstitious. She salutes magpies. The whole works. Me, not so much, but there's a lot of things out there. There is, Georgia. Yeah, there is.
It certainly is.
Oh, that's one place as well. Jessica, I've been watching the Cecil Hotel on. I think it's
Netflix.
It's either Netflix or Amazon, and it's really interesting.
The Third Light. Okay. Yeah, Cecil Hotel. I put that on the other night, and to be honest with you, I had it on for about 5 minutes, and I just think I just relaxed that much. I don't think I was watching it. I just think I was chilled out. And I was not zoned out. I was just relaxed. It was quite late on.
Yeah. So
I have got it to rewatch as well. So I will start rewatching that as well. So I did put it on the other night. I put it on my page that I was watching it. Over. Is that a program?
No, toilet roll.
Over. I'm only joking. Yeah, agree with Linda. OCD is having the things straight. That's me, definitely. I'm okay with things. They can be out of place for a while, and I've got to get on top of it. So, right. Anything else spiritual happened to you folks out there this week? Cecil Hotel, I'm going to put that back on. Might watch that tonight.
I've never watched Joe Exotic. I don't.
And Zoo Ghost Adventures. No. I think you've got too much time on your hands, Nick. I thought you was on 12 hours all the time. I thought you was working.
Cabin Stacey.
No, right. Okay. No, I've not watched that for many a year. Is it still on? Is it rerun? Right, folks, we are coming up to an hour. Any other questions you'd like to ask? Again, think of anything you'd like us to cover. You're more than welcome to come on. What have you seen this week? Anything interest you?
Spiritually or on telly?
Anything.
Oh, I keep seeing movements in the house.
In the house.
And I know floorboards creak and everything like that, but it's happening more and more, and there's nothing in there.
I know our Linda's not been the same for about the last 4 weeks. I know you are clawing the walls, aren't you, at the moment? Yeah. So I'll have a little look over, see what's going on there at the property, and just see if we can settle it down. Because she came in like a marathon runner tonight. It was like, I put the cat on, I'm out. Yeah. So again, is anybody out there getting cabin fever?
Probably what it is, cabin fever.
So I've heard a few people mention that, but you've not heard about that unless you've watched the film from like people on ships from many, many years ago, have you? Was that more of the war, or was that cells and in prisons and stuff like that with the cabin fever? The prisoners used to come out and struggle in society.
Yeah, because you used to routine and stuff like that. And I don't like routine. I need to be doing something different.
What's that?
Orange is the New Black. It's a prison.
Right,
thing,
okay.
That one.
Okay. Thank you for that, Jessica. Nice one. Hiya guys, who's this one now? Chrissy, how are you doing, young lady? Yeah, we're just coming up to the end of an hour. We just had a catch up on superstitions. We've just been covering superstitions and are you superstitious? And when people say no, they're not superstitious, the amount of times that they would say, oh, there's a magpie and salute it, or I think a lot of people out there don't realise that they're doing a lot of things routinely.
Yeah, that's the word,
definitely.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And a lot of stuff is learned, but I feel from our past family members, our nans, our grands, and our family members, but a lot of traits and trends have been touched on from back to the 1500s and the witches, and they'll put a spell on you and all this, that, and the other as well, which we've seen quite a few good programs on spells, like last night we was watching and learning a little bit things like that as well on the spells. And I think a lot of trends and traits.
Yeah.
Hello, Sarah. Hope you're all right. Hope I haven't missed anybody off the list. It's definitely going to get more and more active. Well, I know there's definitely something on its way. I feel Massive is on its way. Good evening, Sarah Lou. Hope you're all right. Thank you for your questions as well, Georgia. Definitely the lights go as well. We've had that many a time, haven't we? The lights have been blown.
Yeah.
Like I got in the van the other night and I was like, obviously when you get out the vehicle, you turn the lights off. If you don't, it buzzes that the lights are on. I got in the vehicle, the lights were on.
Oh, right.
The next day. Yeah. And I was like, they're not, because they were. So.
Oh, just remind me the other night.
So the lights were on the vehicle. So, and I went to the shed yesterday, and there was the insect tray holder that was outside the door of the shed, just in front of the door on the shed. So I haven't got one in the shed.
No.
So where's that come from? I haven't picked it up and walked in the garden.
No. No, it's
But
objects in
there's
different
objects
places.
being in
Trying to
different
get-
places.
yeah.
There's a lot in after my attention at the moment. I do know that.
My bathroom tap was turned on the other day.
Your bathroom tap.
Yeah. Mhm.
How many times have you had that out there, folks? The bathroom tap. Last week's show on the Thursday, I'd left the tap on in the kitchen where people could say they could hear stuff. It was actually on for an hour and 10 minutes.
It's probably yours,
and it was the hot as well. So I'd left the hot tap on.
Mm.
So when I walked out, I was like, oh my God, and I remembered I'd left the tap on as well. So does anybody have the taps going on and off at home? You're having a chinwag about superstitions? We certainly are. Anything you'd like to cover in the next few weeks, Jess, just give us a shout. Hope that's putting your mind at rest around in and around any scratches as well. Definitely got cabin fever now. I would say to people, get yourselves out there, get some fresh air. Oh, what's Nikki put now?
Oh my God, cabin fever so bad. I'm sick of me. Oh, Nikki, I'm with you on that one, doll. Oh, I'm climbing the walls.
Anybody wants a chinwag, inbox our Linda on Messenger, folks. Keep us sane. How are you doing anyway? Kirsty, how's things? What you been up to? Hope you're all right. We usually cover everything all paranormal, and basically we're just trying to touch on superstitions. To me, a lot of the trends and the traits as well. Has anybody noticed the old sailor songs coming back in?
I don't know the radio.
Oh, what's the name of them? The
shanties.
The shanties.
See, that's another thing.
That's been coming back, hasn't it? The shanties, and a lot of things seems to come back round in cycles as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, what comes around over that?
Over periods, like a lot of people into Wiccan, a lot of people into different things, and then over the years things come back in the trends and the traits as well. So a lot of things come back in as well as we move forward in society.
The TikTok shooting thing.
Aye. You're going to come on live and sing us that song, the TikTok sea shanty. I think it was actually on Steve Wright. I heard it first, or Jeremy Vine, possibly. It might have been on. It was on a Radio 2. I heard it first. Ouija boards. Again, as well, has anybody noticed on the Ouija board the sign and the symbols in the four corners? I think one's the sun, one's the half-crested moon, isn't it? And I think it looks like a stormy day or a sad day as well. I can't go in the shed and get mine, like, so I won't bring it in the house.
Yeah.
But has anybody looked at the symbols on some of the drawings and the meanings of the drawings on an Ouija board? That's quite interesting. So the likes of our Rachel or Nikki or anybody wants to do in a little bit of history around, I would say, talking board for me, the Ouija board. But there's a lot there, again, with the trends and the traits around the symbolisms of the way that there's drawings on the boards as well, you know. You'll pass. You've never had it moved. Yeah, we've had some amazing feedbacks over the years. I always try and stay off them myself. If it needs a boost of energy, I'll go on now and again. But on the board, I usually let the public basically on them and let them use it. And then I usually try and get the link and the connection who's either there first, in and around the energy that's on the board. The sun and the moon. All I know, yeah. But if you have a look there, there's actually, even where the goodbye is, sometimes there's drawings as well, getting this cough coming through as well. Bizarre. It's really getting strong as well. Right, we are going to come to the end of the show now, folks. We've run a little bit over. When it moves, it moves. And again, I always feel it's down to the location as well. That I know it's the atmosphere and the people, the energy. I love seeing people on the board are people that you know that you can trust. You know, the people that that are in it for all the right reasons as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I've put Vaseline on the top of the glass, so it can't be pushed.
No.
As well.
Well, if you put your finger upside down rather than fingerprint down and the other way, you literally can't push.
I mean, some people prefer the planchettes. I'd rather put a glass on there because it's clearer. You can put an object inside the glass
Yeah.
And then even if you put a bit of Vaseline on the top, some people, you can't push that, you know. So
Yeah.
any way you can debunk or anything like that, always go for that as well.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not too sure with the watches as well. Sometimes you can get it where I feel there can be a build-up of energy around you where watches aren't working. And you go into a different place or a location or a different room or get out and walk or something like that, then the watch will work fine.
Yeah, it's like an energy thing. Isn't it like that bloke, is it Yori Geller, where he does the spoons, but he also does the watches. He can get watches that are stopped to work again. It's that boost of energy that can...
Maybe. Nick, if you've got any other watches that aren't working, don't put them on, hold them in your hand. So just hold them and then see if they start working. Maybe I just think it's bizarre, isn't it, how that scenario works as well. And also as well, you've got the magnetic field, haven't you, at the poles. Now, somebody said to me, I always said, oh, do they ever move? And they do slightly fraction go off a kinder, off tilt.
Yeah.
So I know the magnetic North Pole is like 11 degrees, but it slightly moves on the tilt on the axis. So different times of year, there's a slight movement as well with the way the Earth's spinning as well. So, you know, you learn little things now and again, like, right, Georgia. Yeah, what are you expecting? That's a great one, that. I'll write that down. Best handwriting.
You joined up as well?
And joined up. I have made a note of that, Georgia. That's fantastic. You're welcome, Jess. Any spring in the summer, yeah. As soon as it is, what it is as well, we're Kirsty, it's basically, I always feel at the minute it's a case of not looking in the diary until everything's up and running, and then there's so much that we've had to cancel. I think this weekend we would have been at Drakelow, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
This weekend. I think last weekend was Warwick Castle and Margam Castle, or the weekend before. So it's a case of, it's like I always say, it's kid in the sweet shop. You can't actually get there, so it's like yourself punishing yourself, aren't you? Really? So
yeah, it's not worth.
It's not looking worth in the diary now until the moves and them taking the. Hello, good evening, young man. Can't actually, if you can put your name up. Hello. Hope you're well. Story of your life. Right, we're going to sign off there. Again, tune in to the show over the weekend. Give StreamYard your permission when you're clicking on. Keep on chatting network as well. So Friday 9 o'clock, All Talk Paranormal, and Sunday is the Collective Conspiracy show with Glenn Richardson. Look forward to that as well. I think Monday night I'm on with the Intuitive Bee. I think it's 7 o'clock Monday night. All right. So tune in, and if you would like us to contact anyone and bring them onto an interview or whatever, if you'd like to see somebody that you've not seen on an interview, or you've missed an interview with anybody, just give us a shout and we'll try and get them on for an interview or whatever, or you've got a favourite personality out there, we'll try and get hold of them as well. Again, thanks to all the moderators out there, much appreciated. Thanks again for all your links. We will see everybody soon, and I just can't wait for a big massive tea mug.
Yeah.
a 2 meter, what is it, a 2 meter tea mug?
It'd be like the Okie roll going away.
Preferably not. But again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your help, everybody. Keep safe, and we will see you. I'll see you Monday night, 7 p.m. An open mic next week, 9 p.m. But please, I've written it down. We'll see what people are experiencing. Can't actually read that. Can't actually read that, young man, just to let you know. So going to sign off there. Stay safe, stay strong, and good night from me.
And good night from me. I think Eric can hear you now.